Okay, so last couple of days have been absolutely miserable. God, where do I even begin? Like I was saying, my dad had threatened to kick me out of the house if I don't go out physically and go into places and try to ask for a job. And he actually did it. He did kick me out of the house. And I'm staying at my mom's house now, so I'm fine. I'm not homeless. Fortunately, it's all. I'm not gonna say it's okay because it's not really okay, but could be worse, I guess. So basically, what happened was the next day after I had the big fight with my dad, where he threatened to kick me out of the house if I don't go find a job, I was applying for jobs online because going out in person to apply for jobs physically in the store that you're applying for the job, is very stupid. It is an act in utter futility. So I was in my room on my computer and I was on Indeed.com looking for jobs. I was looking for programming jobs that require a computer science degree since I am qualified to have that kind of job. And if you're familiar with my channel at all, you know that I really don't think it's possible for me to even find a job at this point. Most of those job postings are fake, but even so, that's a more likely way to get a job than walking into Home Depot with a firm handshake and telling them, I'd like to carry lumber around for you," or whatever the hell people do at Home Depot. So, the next day after the big fight with my dad, I'm in my room, I'm applying for jobs. Dad starts banging on my door after he woke up. He wakes up a little later in the day. He starts banging on my door and he's just, "What the hell are you still doing here?" Because he saw his truck in the driveway. He was telling me I'm supposed to take his truck and go apply for jobs. He's banging on my door. "What the hell are you still doing here? You're supposed to be out looking for a job." I told him, I'm applying I'm applying for jobs right now online, and he says, "No, you've tried that and it doesn't work. Get your ass in the truck right now and go get a job anywhere. It doesn't matter. Just get any job. I don't care if it's McDonald's. I don't care if it's minimum wage. Just go get any job." And, he was saying stuff like that. And I just listened to him rant, just saying all this stupid stuff for a minute. And then I refused because I'm not going to get in a car and drive it to walk into different fast food restaurants and gas stations and stuff and just ask them for a job, because that's not how it works now. You have to fill out job applications on the internet, even for minimum wage jobs. And so I refused, and my dad he wouldn't drop it. And he said, "Okay, then get out." He told me to get out. He told me I have an hour to get out. I argued for a while and I was like, "You're not serious, are you?" And he was serious. He was kicking me out. He told me I have an hour to, get my stuff together, get what I need, find someone to pick me up if I can, or just walk out the house and leave. So of course I called my mom. I try to get her to come pick me up so I can take my things over to her house to stay. And well, she refused. My mom refused to pick me up because I guess, and I didn't know this, but I thought it was weird that my dad all of a sudden, wants to kick me out when he had always been telling me, no matter how bad things get, you'll always have a roof over your head with me. That's what he always said to me. And all of a sudden he's, "Get out and find a job or you're out of my house." What happened? Like, what was this sudden change? And it turned out it actually was my mom that convinced him. So I guess my mom got really frustrated after, I told my dad about how the gym girl situation and how I didn't actually go on the date and the date didn't happen. He told my mom about it. And, my mom had bought me some new clothes. It wasn't even like this was all, she bought me pants and a shirt and some socks actually. And all in all, like it was less than $100. It was like one pair of pants, a shirt, and some socks. And I didn't even want the socks, she was just like, "These are nice socks." She bought the socks, insisted that I take them. So like I said, it was like 70, $80 for the entire outfit. That's how much she spent on me. But whatever, she's pissed about it. And her and my dad, they're both convinced that I made the whole thing up, that Gym Girl doesn't exist, that I made it all up. I made this whole thing about the date. I made it all up. It was all a ruse so I could get them to buy me clothes, so I could get them to buy me one pair of pants and a shirt. It doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense. But this is what they think, apparently. And apparently, also, that's worth just throwing me out on the streets. That's worth making me homeless over, I guess. So, yeah, so it was actually my mom that had convinced my dad to kick me out of the house if I don't get a job. So when my dad did kick me out of the house, I called my mom to pick me up, and she refuses. She won't come pick me up. So I didn't know what to do. I packed up a backpack. I just put my laptop, my phone, wallet, just a few essentials. I put like a change of clothes in the backpack, and I got on my bike, and I didn't know what to do, so I just rode my bike to my mom's house, which is not that close, by the way. And I actually have to cross some kind of dangerous roads that you should not really be riding a bike on to get there. But, whatever. So I got on my bike with my backpack, packed with just my bare essentials, and I rode to my mom's house, even though, she was refusing to pick me up. And I kind of assumed, I'll get there and I'll try and convince her to let me stay with her. And yeah, so I rode my bike to my mom's house, which I forgot to bring a bottle of water with me, by the way, on the ride to my mom's house. And it was hot. So yeah, that was bad. But anyways, that's not important. I rode over to my mom's house. I got to her house, and thankfully, at first she was like, "You can't stay here. You're not coming in here." I finally convinced her to let me stay there. Unfortunately, she wouldn't let me stay in the house. So I guess she wanted to maintain, because she has a spare bedroom. There's an extra bed I could have slept on. I could have slept on the couch in the house. But she wanted to maintain some sense of, I don't know, she wanted to feel like she's winning the argument or something. I don't know. I don't care. She made me stay in the garage. There's like a couch. There's an old dirty couch in her garage. This is not a converted garage, by the way. Like, it's just a regular garage. So that's where I slept that night. I guess this was like 2 nights ago. I slept on a couch in my mom's garage. And it was hot, by the way. There was a fan out there. So I had the fan blowing like, 1 foot away from my face, just blowing onto me. But still, I was just sweating all night. Obviously didn't get a good sleep. And this couch I slept on is not comfortable either. So it's dirty, it's uncomfortable. I woke up with my back just aching in ways I didn't even know was possible. So yeah, it was bad, but I mean, whatever. I guess, all of this said, I guess I really can't complain because this is my mom's house, right? I can't really complain, Sleeping on the couch in my mom's garage is still a lot better than sleeping on a sidewalk somewhere or sleeping out in the woods somewhere. So, whatever. Right, so the condition of me even getting to stay in the garage was my mom says, "Well, you have to go out tomorrow and find a job." She says, it's the same thing that my dad was saying. She tells me, you can borrow my car and you're going out tomorrow and you're going to walk into places and shake their hand, and you're going to find a job. So, as stupid as that is, I slept on the couch, and you could barely even call it sleep because I didn't get that much sleep. But yeah, woke up the next day, and I borrowed my mom's car, and I went out, and I went looking for jobs. Just driving down the road, I was walking into every place and trying to apply for every job. And yeah, pretty much every place, I walked into Lowe's, the home improvement store. They told me, they're like, they look confused at first when you walk in. They're like, well, you gotta fill out the application online. They won't give me a paper application. I tried Lowe's. Oh yeah, this is... This is kind of funny, I guess. It'll be funny to you. It's brutal for me, but yeah, so I actually did, I tried to apply for a job at Taco Bell. I walked into Taco Bell, this is after I applied at several fast food places, smaller restaurants. I walked into some like random places. Like there's just kind of a little place. I guess it's called a nursery, but it's not like a place where they take care of kids. It's like they sell like bird baths and plants and stuff. And I guess it's called a nursery, some kind of nursery. But yeah, they sell like rocks, like fancy stones, like stepping stones, stuff like that. I didn't walk in because they didn't even have like an indoors, or maybe there was, but there was a guy outside and I asked him, because this seemed like kind of a smaller mom and pop place that wouldn't even have a website. So I figured, hey, this might be a place that will, let me apply for a job in person. But yeah, he just said they don't need any help at the moment. So that was a bust. But yeah, so I actually ended up, one of the last places I went into Taco Bell. I asked for the application. They told me, you got to apply online. And I was really tired at that point. I don't know. I think I sighed after they said that. Like I do, just like that. So I think maybe I just looked like I was about to cry or something. I really don't know. I probably just looked depressed, or maybe I looked homeless. Maybe they thought I was homeless. I don't know what it was, but the guy behind the counter at Taco Bell, after he told me, you got to fill out an application online, I was just kind of standing there for a second thinking of my next move. I was thinking like, maybe I'll just go home now. I was just standing there kind of trying to think like, okay, where am I going to go next? What am I going to do? Because I think I already basically went into everywhere and applied everywhere. It is, by the way, the most amount of people I've talked to in a single day in just maybe my entire life. I don't even know. It's ridiculous. Right. So yeah, the guy at Taco Bell, he offered to buy me food. He was like, I forget exactly what he said. He's something like, "Hey man, you look like you're having a rough time." Yeah, he said something like, "Go ahead, take a load off. I'll buy you a burrito. Anything you want. What do you want? I'll buy you something to eat." And I was like, "No, no, no, it's fine." I did not accept food from this guy. I mean, what a nice guy. Because I probably wouldn't do that. And I did work fast food back, 10 years ago or so. I worked fast food for a while, for a few years. And I tell you, there was some pretty depressed looking, homeless looking folks that walked in there, and I never offered to buy anybody food. So this Taco Bell employee I encountered is a better man than I am. I can tell you that much. So yeah, that's how brutally my life is going, I guess. I've got the guy that works at Taco Bell offering to buy food for me. That's how pathetic I am. I got the cashier at Taco Bell offering to just buy me free food. He's offering to buy me lunch. So yeah, it's been a rough couple days. So I'm back at my mom's house now, I told her how it went. I got home and I told her, yeah, I went in and literally 0 places allowed me to fill out an application in person. I told her every single place they told me you got to fill out an application online, or they either told me you have to fill out an application online, or they told me they're not hiring. And that's exactly what happened. That's the truth. And I told my mom that, and this pissed me off so much. When I told my mom that about how it went, she said to me, she basically is yelling, and she goes, "Then you're going to sit your ass down and fill out applications online. You're going to sit your ass down and you're going to get online and find a job." Which is exactly what I wanted to do from the start. From the beginning, that's what I was doing. From the beginning, that's what I wanted to do. Yeah, and I'm still at my mom's house. That all was yesterday. And she let me sleep inside the house in the guest bedroom last night. So I didn't have to sleep in the garage. Last night, thankfully, got a much better night's sleep. Although I still didn't get a great night's sleep because, like I'm in a different house. It's not my usual, because I'm really a person of habit. I don't like sleeping, and even sleeping in a hotel room or something, I can never get good sleep doing that. So yeah, but it definitely beats sleeping in the hot garage, because again, it was hot. It was hot when I was sleeping in there. So it wasn't good. So my mom said she'll call my dad today and talk to him, and hopefully we can convince him to let me come back to the house and stay with him again, because all my stuff is there. I don't want to stay with my mom. I'd much rather live with my dad. He's much easier to live with, even though he kicked me out. Whatever, to begin with, that was my mom's whole idea. So when my mom gets back, we'll see if she'll call my dad, and if he'll actually take me back and let me, because I did what he wanted me to do. I went out, I did physically go out and try to find a job. I didn't succeed, but, I had as much success as I knew I would. So that's where we're at. That's where we're at now. As of the time of recording this, I'm at my mom's house. I slept here 2 nights now, and hopefully tonight I will get to go back to my dad's house and stay there. But yeah, I guess I'll give y'all an update when that happens. Gosh, I just don't understand how my parents don't get that, it's not 1985 anymore. It's not 1991 anymore. You fill out applications online. The internet exists now, and that's where you fill out applications for jobs. That's where you find a job. You do it on the internet. You don't do it walking into places. So yeah, I guess I'll continue to look online for jobs. I guess that's what I'll do for the rest of today. I might work on editing these videos together. I don't know when I'll get these, by the time you're listening to this, it probably already happened. Because I also have kind of like a backlog of videos or audio I recorded that I need to edit together with the gameplay footage. Then I need to, still got a couple more thumbnails I need to make. I don't know when I'm going to get this up, okay? So it all might be out of order when I upload it. But maybe I can upload it in order. I don't know. Either way, yeah, that's about all I got to say.